In this video, we'll see these letters:
Vav, Zayin, chet, tet.
And we'll also see nickel signs for pronouncing the vowel sound of A, as in off, U as in igloo, and A as in egg. I hope you still remember Aleph, Bet, Vet, Gimel, Dalet, and Hey. We're now ready to learn these next letters.
Vav, Zayin, chet, tet.
And this time, we'll see more vowel signs. We'll see not only the nickel signs for the vowel A, we'll also see nickel signs for the vowels A, and U.
Vav, Vav.
Vav has three possible sounds: the sound of V, the sound of O, or the sound of U. So remember, Vav can be pronounced as a V. And note that the letter Vav is pronounced as the vowel O, if it has the nickel sign called
cholam maleh.
This symbol is a dot on top of the letter Vav. It tells us to pronounce the letter Vav as the vowel A, like the O of the word off. The third possible sound of the letter Vav is the sound of U. It is the sound of U in the word igloo. It is the nickel sign called shuruk, which tells us to pronounce the letter Vav as the vowel U.
Shuruk.
This nickel symbol is written on the left side of the letter Vav. It tells us to pronounce the letter as the vowel U. So remember, the letter Vav is sometimes pronounced as a V, sometimes as an O, and sometimes as an U. Let's see some examples. In this example, the letter Vav is pronounced as the V sound.
Vav, Vav.
Vav means hook. Note that there is no dot symbol on the Vav. That's why we pronounce it as V. The nickel symbol that is present is the kmetz. It is the sign that instructs us to pronounce a long A. So, a V and an A tells us to pronounce Va, and Va plus a V forms the sound Vav.
Vav, Vav.
Vav is the Hebrew word for hook, and in fact the letter Vav really looks like a hook. In this example, we have a word formed by a dalet, a Vav, and another dalet. Do you remember the sound of dalet? It's the D sound. And as you can see, the letter Vav has the nickel sign for the vowel O, as in the word off. So this word is pronounced as
Dod, Dod. Dod
is the Hebrew word for uncle. Now in this case, the letter Vav has the nickel sign for the vowel U, so this word is pronounced as
Dud, Dud.
In Israel, dud is the word for the water heater or boiler that is often placed on the rooftop. A dud can be solar-powered or electric. This example shows Vav's third possible pronunciation, which is the sound of U. The letter we'll now see is Zayin.
Zayin. Zayin. Zayin.
has the Z sound. In this word, we have the letter Zayin, and the letter
He.
we pronounce it as
Ze. Ze. Ze.
means this, it, or this one.
Ze.
Note that under the letter Zayin is the nickel sign for the short vowel A. This nickel sign is called
Segol.
it is the E sound of egg. And as you can see, this word ends with the letter He, which has an H sound. That's why we pronounce this as
Ze. Ze.
Now, let's see the letter.
Chet. Chet.
You'll notice that this letter has a guttural sound. It is a somewhat raspy sound coming from the throat. You'll also notice that it looks like the letter He. So in order to distinguish het from He, please note that het is closed, and that He has an opening. The Hebrew word for brother has the letter Aleph and the letter
Chet.
we pronounce it as
Ach. Ach.
As you can see, under the letter Aleph is the nickel sign for a long vowel A. If you have watched and remembered the video on Aleph, this nickel sign is called kmatz. Let's practice saying the Hebrew word for brother.
Ach. Ach.
And now, let's look at the letter tet.
Tet. Tet.
Tet has the T sound. Here's a frequently used word in Hebrew.
Tov. Tov.
Tav means good. The word tav is spelled with a tet, a vav, and a vet. This is an example where the letter vav is pronounced as the vowel O. That's because the nickel sign on the vav is the sign for the vowel O, as in the O and off. Let's practice saying tav.
Tov. Tov.
Now you can say a Hebrew expression.
Ze tov.
This is good. Now you know these letters.
Vav. Zayin. Chet. Tet.
You also know more nickel signs. You have reviewed the symbols for the vowel A. And you also saw nickel signs for the vowels A, O, and U. Let's review some of the words we've seen.
Vav. Ze. Ach. Tov. Ach tov.
So please remember Vav, Zayin, Het, and Tet. as well as the new nickeled signs that you've seen. In the next videos, we'll see the next set of letters and more nickeled signs.